You're here because you want to learn more about the psychology of trading. And yeah, there's that term that says trading is 90% psychological and 10% technical, but what does that actually mean? What are the steps and necessary exercises that you have to implement to really understand the true psychology of trading? I'm here to reveal the truth, the things that I did that gave me a breakthrough in my trading. And I know for a fact that you guys are going to benefit from this video. All I ask is that you sit down for the next 10 to 15 minutes and you hear me out. Because if you really want to conquer the psychology of trading, you need to be patient and be able to sit through a 15-minute video. If you guys are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, like this video so I can get pumped up and know that people appreciate the content that I put out. And also, if you guys want to automate your trading and want to get 5 to 10% returns using my trading system, message me the word boss on my Instagram and let's see if you're a good fit. Now, without further ado, let's make some money. Okay, I put together this nice little psychology lesson for you guys, and if you don't already, follow me on Instagram. I'm posting daily on there, and it's the best way to stay connected with me. I would appreciate if you guys could give me just 15 minutes of your time. I'm not going to bore you guys. This information is super powerful if it is applied. Information is useless. All these YouTube videos that you guys are scouring through trying to learn from, it is all useless unless you apply this information. So as I'm going through this lesson, pause the video and take some notes. First off, let's go over our trading rules, or some trading rules that I go by. What I do on an every week basis is I'm rewriting my trading rules. So I make a detailed list of all my trading rules. And if you don't want to write this down every single week, what you could do is just create a Word document, and you could have like 1, no setup, no trade. 2, no trading during CPI. As my rules state right here, you can just print it out so you have your rules handy right by your trading station. But an example of some of my trading rules are no setup, no trade. And I believe that's the biggest way people lose money, is they're looking at the markets and they think that there's a setup, but it's really not their perfect setup. And there's this quote that I heard recently, and it says, day trading is not everyday trading. A lot of traders have FOMO, fear of missing out. They don't want to miss out on the action of trading, so they're forcing a trade that isn't really there, and it's causing them damage by losing money because they took a trade that really wasn't their perfect setup. 2, no trading during CPI. CPI is a news event that I stay out of the markets no matter what. I'm not trading during CPI because when there's massive news events like CPI or NFP, it's going to really rock the market. There's going to be some detrimental effects from the people that trade CPI and end up getting their stops hit, and then spread comes in and all these other factors. Like, guys, there's just certain news events that you shouldn't trade. Another one of my rules is no trading on Wednesdays. I've noticed that out of the times that I lose money, most of those times when I was losing money, it was on a Wednesday. So now I stay out of the markets on Wednesdays. Next thing, create a trading routine before you trade. Wow, this right here was the biggest game changer for me. I used to wake up, and I'm in California, as you guys can see behind me. It's beautiful San Diego, the skyline, but I used to wake up at literally 6:20 a.m., 10 minutes before the market opened, because I trade indices like US 30, NASDAQ 100, the S&P 500. But I would wake up 10 minutes before the market opened and I'd start trading. I wasn't mentally awake. I wasn't mentally prepared for what was going to happen. Therefore, I didn't have good reaction times, or I was trading really poorly. So what I started to do, and this is my morning routine, I wake up now at 5 a.m. and it was hard for the first week. Now I've been doing it for 2 months now, and it has been super simple now that I'm back in my routine. So I wake up at 5 a.m. I literally throw on shorts, a sweater, and I go to the gym. And obviously I put on shoes, guys, but I go right to the gym, and I have a gym in my building because I live in an apartment, so there's a gym in my building just a couple floors below mine. So I go to the gym, and I'm at the gym for 30 minutes. A lot of people are like, how can you do that at 5 in the morning? Like, guys, most of the time I'm literally halfway asleep for half of the workout. And all I'm doing at the gym, I'm just doing cardio. I'm walking on the treadmill. I put the speed at 3 miles per hour and I put the incline at 5. That is all I am doing. And I'm just burning like 150 calories within that 30-minute time period. But this really helps me. Now, after I'm done with the gym doing my 30 minutes, I come home and I shower. And then after I do that, I'll do a prayer or I'll meditate. And usually after I'm done with doing all these things, it's about 6:15. And that's when I'll start looking at the charts and I'll start trading right at the market open till about an hour and a half after. So I'm usually in the markets from 6:30 a.m. PST to about 8 a.m. PST. Now the next thing is making a trading setup checklist. This is going to be huge. Basically, it's a document that you create with check boxes. And here's an example. One of your check boxes could be a valid higher low or lower high. And with this checklist, your setup checklist, you want to find what are the things that make it a valid setup for you. And you're going to write down on your checklist all those things. I'd recommend having at least 3 of these check boxes on your trading checklist. So one would be like, this is for me, by the way, you guys may agree or disagree. It's probably different for all of us, but one is if I see a valid higher low or lower high being formed. Then number 2 is seeing a reversal candle within that higher low or lower high. Then 3 is the 20 EMA rejection. So let's say I have all 3 of these things on my checklist. If I have one marked up, it's probably a C plus trade. I'm going to risk 1% of my account. Then if I have 2, 1 and 2, this is probably a B plus trade. I'll risk 2% of my account. And if I have all 3 marked off, this is categorized to me as an A plus trade. I'll risk 3% of my account. So once you start looking at the charts, you're like, do you know what? I got to grade this and see how confident am I with this trade. That's when trading starts to get a little bit easier. You're not just going into a trade because you want to and you're doing it out of pure emotion. You actually have criteria that needs to be met in order for you to take a trade. Repetition is key. Stick to your trading rules until they become natural. The biggest thing as to why a lot of people fail in this industry is because one, trading is very, very emotional. This is not for the weak, and that's why so many people give up, is because a lot of people are mentally weak. They cannot take losing money. They're used to the 9-to-5 grind. They don't understand how powerful trading is. But the biggest thing that I tell students to focus on is you guys want to make as many mistakes as you possibly can within your first 6 to 12 months. And I tell people like, yo, focus on trading on a demo account, but there's certain emotions and there's a certain type of pain that you need to feel when you're trading with live funds. So when you do start trading, I don't want you guys to come into this thinking trading is my main source of income. If this doesn't work, then it's definitely not for me. That's what so many people do. They're down to their last $500. They think that trading is going to be the way to get rich, quote unquote. And then they fail and they say trading doesn't work. Guys, trading is going to be a very, very long journey. You guys are going to have to fucking put in work for years. If you think a couple of months of hard work is enough, you are tripping, guys. You need to become extremely persistent and have massive repetition. So what you guys want to do is focus on making these mistakes as quickly as possible, because the quicker that you learn from your mistakes, the quicker that you're going to actually be able to start making money and becoming profitable. The more you do something, the more they become a part of you. So if I start hanging around 5 people and they all smoke weed and I don't smoke weed, pretty soon they're going to basically get me to smoke weed. And then I'm going to start to do it more and more. And what's going to happen? It's going to become a part of you. And there's something that's super powerful. Tony Robbins talks about this. There's a lot of people that are alcoholics, that are addicted to drugs, and they basically have this identity. It's an identity crisis. They identify as an alcoholic. They identify as somebody who consumes alcohol on an everyday basis. Once you start to switch your identity from not being an alcoholic as if you were an alcoholic before, that's when change starts to happen. So with me, I used to smoke a lot of weed, guys, like every single day. And I was like, how am I going to stop smoking weed? I know it's not good for me. I simply told myself, I don't identify as somebody who smokes weed anymore. So you guys need to understand that you guys really need to start changing the perspective and the mindset on how you view yourself. Because the thoughts that you have and the things that you're doing, the habits that you have on an everyday basis, they have created the person that you are today. So if you want to become a different person, you have to change in order to change. Don't feed into temptation. You're going to thank yourself later. And this is more so on the FOMO, the fear of missing out side. Like, you guys, you need to have control of your emotion. And the best way to do this is really look at yourself from a third party point of view. What are you doing in your everyday life? Do you have a hard time indulging in eating crappy food? Do you have a hard time not having discipline when you need to go to the gym and you don't want to go to the gym? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're coming into this with all these negative, nasty habits in your everyday life and you expect to just get rich from trading, bro, you guys have it twisted. Like, you need to become a completely different person in order to see real success in this industry. Let me tell you that right now. And this is why I say trading is not for the lazy. There's so many people, they're complacent. They're fine with the person that they are today. And they have such a big ego where they're saying to themselves, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change for anyone, anything. That's fine. You're going to fail. And there's somebody out there like me and a couple of you watching this video. They're like, do you know what? I want to change. I'm ready to change. And by surrendering the old you, you're going to be able to get to become a new you. So it's very important that you guys understand that, like, you really have to change in order for things to change. So this is one thing that I really like, and this is super powerful. Put yourself in the emotion you felt when taking a loss. So that's why I told you in the beginning of this slide, you want to make as many mistakes as possible. Because if I go and take a loss and I blow my entire account, I'm going to feel depressed, sad, angry, one of those negative emotions. But I can use that experience in order for me in future times to put myself back into that experience, that negative emotion, and be like, do you know what? Last time I over leveraged my account and I blew my account, I was depressed for 3 days. I wanted to hurt myself. I wanted to do this, whatever it is. You guys, when you make a mistake, you need to learn from that mistake. And the best way to do it is when you make a mistake, feel that pain. Sit in that pain and suffer. Because when you do have the opportunity and you're tested in the future to make that same mistake, smart people, they go back and they think for a second. They're like, wait, let me think for just like 2 minutes. And they're like, whoa, last time I did that, I felt like crap. And I did not like that side of me. I am good. I am not clicking the mouse. I am not taking this trade. I'm not confident in this. That's what smart people do. Weak people, they make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. And on the 5th to 10th time after making that same mistake, they're like, okay, well, I probably need to change. Like, bro, learn from your fucking mistakes as quickly as possible. Next and last slide is start journaling daily. You guys, after you buy this or after you watch this video, you can go on Amazon even. Go buy a small notebook or binder at your nearest supply store like Office Depot, or you can get anything off Amazon. Write a journal entry every day after you're done trading. We learn quicker when things are written down with pen to paper, and that is factual. So here's an example of like a journal entry, and I like to make mine a lot longer. I just wasn't going to type this out. Here's a quick one. Today, I traded US 30. You can add in like the date, January 15, 2024, whatever. Today, I traded US 30. I was on the 5-minute time frame when a bullish engulfing closed within a higher low. On higher time frames, the market was showing bullish momentum. After the 9:45 a.m. candle closed, I took a buy and price pushed up to a previous high where I exited the trade. I feel very proud of myself for practicing patience and waiting for my perfect setup to appear. A simple entry like that is going to reinforce positive actions. And you guys are going to be able to see this. Like, when I take a loss, it is so difficult for me to surrender that pain and that suffering, that negative emotion that I'm feeling. I just take losses. I used to take them extremely personal. But the thing that has helped me is journaling, taking all those negative emotions from my head and putting them on paper so I don't have to hold them all day. I don't need to be a victim and surrender. And that's the biggest thing too, is if you guys are using proper risk and you're not over leveraging your account, it's not going to be the end of your life. So you guys need to understand that these are a couple of psychology tips that have really helped me. I hope that they help you guys as well. Comment below if you guys have any other video ideas or topics that you want me to go over. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys want to automate your trading and take out all the motion and you just want to have a system that trades for you, message me the word boss on my Instagram and then I'll reach back out to you as soon as I can. Talk soon, guys. Peace out.